Ladies and gentlemen, over the past year, the National Target Program on New Style Rural Construction has become a widespread movement, achieving many positive results in the province. Up to now, 55 of 71 communes have met new rural standards. Along with the goal of building a new countryside, the Steering Committee for New Rural Construction in the Tay Ninh province has directed localities to build up plans to implement observed criteria in the setup advanced rural criteria. On the basis of the plan and roadmap for advanced new rural construction of each commune, the province has implemented solutions and prioritized resources for locality to complete the setup criteria. Truong Hoa commune, Hoa Thanh Thao is one of 8 localities to implement advanced new rural construction in 2022 in the province. The commune's biggest priority will be to gather resources on developing traffic infrastructure.
After reaching the new rural standard in 2019, Truong Hoa commune Hoa Thanh Thao has gathered on resources and promoted the spirit of internal solidarity, determined to improve the quality of the new rural criteria towards the goal of being recognized as an advanced new rural commune in 2022. In order to gradually have the people's economy to increase over the years, Truong Hoa has been actively implementing projects and programs in the direction of promoting local advantage, focusing on developing key products with characteristics such as rubber, vegetables, roaches, products from traditional occupations. At the same time, the commune identifies rural transport as an important criterion in building a new countryside. In the past, the commune's transport infrastructure was very difficult, mostly on small and narrow earth roads. Since the implementation of the National Target Program on New Rural Construction, the transport infrastructure of the commune has been very poor. Recently, with the support of the state and resources from the people, the commune has focused on building spacious, clean and beautiful rural roads, creating the most favorable conditions for people in traveling, promoting trade in products and goods. In the past year, the commune has been supported with capital to build 9 asphalted roads by superiors, which are well connected for people's travel. In 2022, the first phase investment will be 11 traffic routes in alleys and hamlets to create conditions for people in the smooth circulation of goods and travel. In order to mobilize resources from the people, with the motto, the state and the people work together, the authorities at all levels in Truong Hoa have promoted propaganda and mobilized people to participate in land donation, build the roads and actively respond to the emulation movement, deploy forces to build rural roads. Thereby, the strength of the people is effectively exploited in the implementation of new rural construction in the locality. The people are aware so well that rural transport development is to serve their own families and children. When Truong Hoa commune implements the policy of building and expanding traffic routes, especially inland traffic routes, to serve the transportation of agricultural products. Some routes pass through agricultural land that people are willing to donate land for road construction. One of the households that has made many contributions to the process of expanding rural roads must include the family of Mr. Phạm Văn Em, living in Truong Thọ hamlet, who donated more than 1,400 square meters of land to build the road.
At
that time, there was no road here, only a bicycle passed by. Later, when people built a canal, people walked on the bank of that canal. So I donated land to build a road for them to go conveniently without any calculation. With the investment and support of the state and the active participation of the masses, the narrow earth roads, which was previously dusty in sunny season and muddy in rainy season in Truong Hoa commune, have gradually been replaced by the clean, spacious and airy asphaltic and concrete roads, creating favorable conditions for people to develop and improve their quality of life. Since the implementation of the new rural construction program up to now, the development of rural infrastructure in the commune has received more attention. Currently, the traffic system in Truong Hoa commune has a total length of more than 56 kilometers, including 1 provincial road, 6 district roads, 5 commune access routes, 7 hamlet access routes, 71 hamlet routes, and 4 inland roads, in which the traffic routes have been invested in new construction and expanded according to new rural standards more and more. Most of the projects come from the joint efforts of the government and the people. For each project, there is an active participation of the people, from the state of capital contribution to participation in the supervision of the construction contractor to ensure the right quality. Later, the rural roads in the commune live long enjoy, creating favorable conditions for socio-economic development, improving people's living standards and contributing to changes in the appearance of rural area. From the locality with many difficulties in recent years, the economy of Truong Hoa commune has had a strong development. The infrastructure has been increasingly complete. Traffic has been clear, creating conditions for people to develop production, increase income. The face of the countryside is getting better and better. Previously, it was difficult to travel in the rainy season. Now, when it becomes a new countryside, the roads are also green, clean, and beautiful. From the time of being completed until now, it must have been about 2 years. Traveling is very easy and convenient for people. This is Truong Hoa Kindergarten, newly built spaciously, cleanly, and beautifully to put into use, serving the teaching of preschool children in the locality. During the construction of the school, the road system here has also been invested and built to create favorable conditions for teachers and parents to bring their children to school. Previously, this area was just an empty land. There was no access road, just small muddy sandy roads. Later, it was invested with asphalt, creating conditions for parents to bring their children to school. Since Truong Hoa commune achieved new rural standards and implemented advanced new rural construction, associations and unions have implemented many movements and models of new rural construction. These models have brought practical effects and created a spread among members, especially the flower road model is a typical example and has contributed to creating a green, clean, beautiful and changing people's awareness of environmental protection in new rural construction. Currently, coming to Truong Hoa New Rural Commune, many people are surprised by the beauty of the colorful and brilliant flower fruits. The main access roads of the commune are not only spacious and clean, but also adorned with colorful flowers, making the picture of the village more brilliant and full of life. Implementing the construction of an advanced new rural area in Truong Hoa commune, the Veterans Association alone has complied with the direction of the Standing Committee of the Task Veterans Association, improving the flower road of the branches. Veterans Association of Truong Hoa commune have planned to make a flower road for the commune in Truong Thiên hamlet. Meanwhile, the remaining branches, each branch will make a road that meets 4 standards. Firstly, the road must be completed, asphalted. Secondly, both sides of the road must be green, clean, and beautiful. Thirdly, there must be light on the road section. And finally, traffic safety must be ensured. When building flower routes, the face of the countryside will be bright. Both sides of the road will be green, clean, and beautiful. Rural transport is the driving force, motivation, and premise for rural economic development, enhancing trade and cultural exchange. However, investment in transport infrastructure in general and rural transport in particular always face difficulties in terms of investment capital. It can be said that the movement to build rural roads in Truong Hoa commune Hoa Thanh Trao is really practical, effective, and pleasing to the people, contributing to promoting local socio-economic development.
And now, the duration of building new rural areas in Tay Ninh reported by Tay Ninh Radio and Television Station wraps up. Goodbye for now.